Hi, everyone. The Business Ethics Leadership Alliance has questions and we have answers. I'm your host, Bill Coffin, and this is another BELA Asks episode of the Ethicast. One of the best benefits of being a member of the Business Ethics Leadership Alliance, or BELA, is that if you have any questions at all about ethics and compliance, you can submit them to BELA's concierge service, which will connect you with one of our internal experts who will provide an answer and or direct you with a helpful resource for more information. Sometimes these requests are specific to a particular company's needs, but most of them speak to broad challenges facing BELA members in general, and by extension, the wider ethics and compliance profession. That's why we're using this show to thematically respond to high level questions from the BELA community. And joining us once again to answer those questions is BELA Chair Erica Salmon Byrne. Erica, great to have you on the show as always. Thank you so much for joining us.
Oh, Bill, it's my pleasure. As longtime listeners of BELA Asks episodes of the Ethicast know, nothing makes me happier than coming back to answer these questions.
Well, our next question is a conflicts of interest question, and it reads, how do I address the hiring of relatives?
This is a good one. And again, I feel like a little bit of a broken record on this, but so I apologize. But I think here I'm going to go back to the why, right? Why do I need to address the hiring of relatives? Starting your analysis of this particular area with the why allows you to frame conflicts of interest in a format that works globally. There are lots and lots of parts of the world where hiring your relatives is just what you do, right? If I'm in a position to benefit my family, I'm going to benefit my family. And so it can often be very necessary to start with the why is that a bad idea, particularly depending upon the area of the world that you're working in and how much a particular organization might be struggling with this particular issue. We actually years ago had a member of our South Asia chapter of BELA talk about the fact that they had done a workshop for the relatives of their employees to explain why they needed to stop asking for jobs. And it was apparently very effective and very impactful, but it was really as much about educating the broader circle around that employee on the why as it was educating the employee themselves on the why. So, of course, the reason for this, the reason we have to care about this is when you make a hiring decision that is based upon relationships, either by marriage or family, blood ties, you're not making a merit-based decision. And you may not be getting the best person for a particular set of roles or responsibilities. And so really helping people understand that it is as much about making sure that you get the best person in the seat as anything else, and that this isn't an arbitrary restriction that you're putting on your employees. Instead, it is something that is really grounded in their responsibility to put the interests of the company, at the forefront of the way in which they're thinking about their role at the organization. So start with the why. We actually have, Bill, a survey out to the BELA community right now that is going to then get in a little bit to the what. So right now we have, and depending on when this episode drops, I think it'll either just be closing or it's going to be, we'll just be crunching the data. We actually have a survey on vendor engagement, and we ask questions in that survey across 11 compliance work streams. And we ask about the vendors that companies are using to handle particular work streams and how that particular technology is supporting their work. And one of them is conflicts disclosures, because the process, right? So we've got the why. The process of the what and the how sometimes becomes the place where this falls down. How do I get people to disclose that they have relatives inside of my organization? How do I make sure that they are not supervising each other, right? Or that I at least know where those relationships exist and can map them accordingly? How can I make sure that I understand that my responsible supply chain lead in fill in the blank jurisdiction has 7 cousins working for various companies that are trying to become vendors of our particular organization? Those are the kinds of pieces of information that as a compliance lead, I need to be able to get my hands on. And using a tool that has strong disclosure functionality is one of the ways they make that as easy as possible. So first question is the why. Make sure people understand why they need to disclose these things in the first place. Then make it as easy as possible through your tool to actually do that disclosure. And then the third piece of this, of course, is the follow-up. So let's say I'm, to go back to my poor responsible supply chain lead, who is getting barraged every Sunday by their various cousins, asking why they haven't gotten business from the company already, making sure that whatever mitigation plan I have put in place to address that particular set of relationships is something that is continuing to be followed. And again, fortunately, this is a place where technology can make our lives easier, not harder, because we can move beyond email for those kinds of disclosures. So, why do you need it? How are you going to get it disclosed in the first place? And then how do you monitor that mitigation? Those are the questions to ask.
Fantastic. Well, Erica, thank you so much for coming on the show and for lending us your expertise on this. I know the entire Bella community really appreciates it.
Now, Bill, it is my pleasure. And to all those Bella members out there, keep the questions coming, and Bill and I will come back to keep answering them.
To learn more about Bella, please visit bella.ethisphere.com to request guest access to the Bella Member Resource Hub and to speak with the Bella Engagement Director. And if you have a question that you would like answered on Bella Asks, be sure to use the Bella Concierge service, and we'll get to that question just as soon as we can. I'm Bill Coffin, and this has been a special Bella Asks episode of the Ethicast. For more episodes, please visit the Ethisphere YouTube channel at youtube.com/ethisphere. And if this is your first time enjoying the show, please make sure to like and subscribe on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, or Spotify. Thanks so much for joining us. And until next time, remember, strong ethics is good business.